Hi there, it's Rita, and this little video is all about creating an impact statement. So think of an impact statement as a short, memorable statement that you can use when you are meeting people for the first time and you get that question, so what do you do with yourself? Rather than launching into I insert job title or I am insert job title, we want you to be using the impact statement so you can have an ability to be a lot more memorable with those that you are meeting or those that you're talking with. But also we want you to really think about your impact beyond your current role or your current organization that you're at. Typically, we really identify with what we do. We don't usually identify with that impact that we have. And the use of the impact statement enables us to really think about our impact on this planet as a human beyond the job that we do or what we do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen now and just go through a couple of little slides that hopefully will give you an opportunity to really reflect on how you could go about creating your own impact statement. So a really good impact statement, and in creating one, you've got the opportunity to really think about your values, your goals, and that positive influence you want to have on others and the world around you. It does, even undertaking the exercise, even if you don't use your impact statement, which would be a shame, of course, but even undertaking the exercise is powerful enough in connecting you with your purpose. What are you here on this planet to do? So when we're creating our impact statement, we want plenty of time for that self-reflection. So we want to be thinking about our values, our beliefs, our principles, our purpose, really understanding what drives us. What are we really passionate about and how can we infuse that into what we do on a daily basis? We do want to be thinking about our goals. We want to be thinking about short and long-term goals and medium-term goals for that matter, and really thinking about how we can make a positive difference in various aspects of our life. So not just career, but our family life, our personal life, community and the impact that we might have on community. Those are all things that we ought to be considering as we're putting together this impact statement. We want also to be able to identify our strengths. And so there are a couple of ways that you can do this. One would be just to grab very simply a piece of paper and jot down comments that you have heard from others in relation to your strengths and the value that you add. If you want to get a little bit more in depth with identifying your strengths, there's a couple of really good tools available online, and I'll pop the links in our little group community chat below. We want to really consider the audience. So some people have a couple of variations of their impact statement. They might have one that they use when they're at a barbecue on the weekend, and you might run into old friends, new friends, family members. And so your impact statement provides you with something that you can use when you do get that question, what have you been up to lately? What are you doing with yourself lately? You might then have a version that you want to use on a professional level. So maybe you're in the market for a new job and you're attending lots of networking events and meeting lots of people. You might want to have an impact statement that you use for that might be just slightly different language to what you would use in a social setting. And then finally, we want you to go ahead and draft your statement. And I'm going to give you a structure in which to do that in a second. But we want it to be mainly something catchy, something that's memorable that you can remember. It's not going to require you to whip out your phone or a notepad when you're wanting to use it, but something that is really genuine too and heartfelt. Okay, so here is the structure of your impact statement. It looks a bit daunting because there's lots of paragraphs and all sorts of different words in there, but stay with me. It's really not as daunting as what it might look. So you've got some examples there. So effectively what you're looking at is I, and then you're going to put your verb in. So an action word, what is it that you do? So in those examples, we've got support and enable. And then the next section in the paragraph, in the brackets rather, is inserting who you impact. So who are the people that you impact? In these examples here, we've got colleagues. In the example below, we've got leaders. And then two, so what is it that that impact that you create, what does it enable them to do? So that what, and in that example, we've got to implement their strategic plan. In the one below, we've got to elevate their impact. So that's the what in terms of what you're doing. And then it goes on to so that or they, and then this is the clincher, you're providing the value that you add to that person. So through the impact that you have, they are then enabled to provide value. And so in that example, we've got so that they enable the organisation to deliver desired results. Or we've got so that they are stronger leaders for their teams, organisations, and communities. So the trick to this is really playing with the words. With both of those examples, they're probably ones that I would be able to rattle off if I needed to, without really much notice, and just responding to that question. So what have you been up to lately? What are you doing with yourself? They really do succinctly talk about the impact that I have, who I have that impact on, and what is the value of that impact. So you might want to pause this video now and go ahead and have a go at creating your impact statement. I'd love to know what you come up with. So feel free to share it. And if you're unsure, reach out. I'm very, very happy to always review these impact statements. Your ultimate challenge, should you wish to accept it, is to pop your impact statement on your LinkedIn profile. So where you've got your name and then the job that you do, which is typically what we include in our LinkedIn profiles, would you accept the challenge of popping your impact statement in? That is a very bold move to let the world know what the impact is that you are here to have. Talk to you soon.